Simply to sit at home and meditate and increase meditation is wonderful, is good, but that will not bring us to enlightenment. Why? Meditation needs to have a motive, it needs to have a method, and it has to have a dedication. It's very, very important. Therefore, simply meditating is very good, but not good enough. Therefore, what's more important is this, which is what I stressed before. Let's say 1 day a week for you people who haven't seen, we practice meditation approximately half hour, 1 hour. Let's just make it an even rounded number of 1 hour. Let's say that one day we practice meditation for 1 hour. But what happens to the other 23 hours? What we do on our meditation cushion is just a reminder of how we're supposed to act for the other 23 hours. When we don't act according to our meditation the other 23 hours, the 1 hour we're in meditation becomes wasted. Why? If we do 1 hour of meditation a day, it will not be strong enough and powerful enough and effective enough and neutralizing enough to transform the other 23 hours that we are talking, thinking, acting from habituations. So therefore, people think that when they're doing 1 hour of meditation a day or 2 hours, whatever it might be, that once they're off the meditation cushion, once they're off their cushion of meditation and practice and making offerings and incense, that they can act and talk and do and be as they like, because that day they've already done their spiritual practice. But I would like to counter that by saying no, definitely not. You see, when you're going to school to become a doctor, you're not a doctor. Once you leave med school and you start your practice, that's when you actually start to become a doctor and heal. But when you're in medical school, no. Meditation is like that, you're in medical school. So what I mean is, if you do 1 hour of meditation a day or 2 hour or 3 hour, that's not the important issue. The issue must be the time you are off the meditation. So in Vajrayana or Northern Buddhism, what is focused on is the meditation, but what is emphasized is the time off the meditation cushion. Why is that? That is when we collect the negative karma. That is when our habituations become strong. That is when our speech goes rampant. That is when our activities go rampant. That is when we collect negative or positive karma. Because when you're on the meditation cushion, the chances of you doing very negative things are very slim, except with the mind. Very, very slim. So therefore, if we think that making offerings every day, doing our prostrating to the Buddha, making incense offerings, and also sitting on the cushion and doing our sadhanas or doing our chanting and doing our black tea or actual meditation is enough to transform our mind, it will not be. It will be very, very slow. Why? Because when we're off the meditation cushions, what are we focused on? We're focused on money. We're focused on our desires, family. We're focused on entertainment. We're focused on drinking. We're focused on friends. We're focused on sex. We're focused on parties, clothes. We're focused on all of that. That is not bad. That is not good. The point is, the amount of time we focus on indulgences is much more than the time we focus on spiritual evolution. Therefore, the 1 hour we do every day will never be enough to counter everything else. Hence, the tradition of Sangha arose. To become ordained as a monk or nun means to focus 23 hours a day on your meditation, 23 hours a day holding your vows and commitments and practice, and 1 hour a day perhaps cooking or cleaning or getting your room ready or laundry or whatever. That's the whole opposite direction. So what's my point? My point is, in Vajrayana practice, there are practices that all activities you do are in meditation. Whether you're eating, whether you're sleeping, whether you're walking or driving, or you're with your family, or you're watching TV, or you're reading, it can become a meditational practice. There are incredible practices. They're called Yidam practices, or the Anuttara Yoga tantric practices taught by Lord Buddha that totally transform your reality. Why? Because in Vajrayana Buddhism, the concern and emphasis is a time off the meditation cushion. Why? Because that time is more. Example, one day, you spend 1 hour on your meditation. But in 1 month, one day, it's 23 hours off the meditation cushion. Similarly, in 1 month, you spend 30 hours in meditation, approximately, but 690 hours doing everything else. Then in 1 year, you spend 360 hours in your meditation, but 8,280 hours outside of meditation. So what will be more powerful, this side or this side? Simply due to investment of time. Then, most of us in this room, when we discover Dharma, if we're very lucky, we can practice sincerely and wholeheartedly from the depths of our understanding for maybe 30 years, 40 years. More than that, very difficult. Due to old age, due to meeting Dharma late, due to distractions, due to interruptions, whatever, whatnot. So the most 40 years. Let's do a roundabout estimation. In 40 years, the Dharma practice we have done approximately is 14,400 hours. Whereas in 40 years, eating, sleeping, relationship, fun, entertainment, washing, watching our kids, getting old, getting young, anything that we do that doesn't help us in any way, we spend 331,000 hours, 331,200 hours we spend. So in 40 years, the actual Dharma practice that we're doing, that's if our meditation is concentrated and focused, is 14,400 hours. But the time we spend for everything else that actually in reality, no offense, is a waste of time, is 331,200 hours. What do you think will have a more stronger karmic effect on you? Your spiritual evolution, your enlightenment, your death, your bardo, and your rebirth. What do you think will have a stronger effect? This or this? If you spend 14,400 hours a year on your job to make money, if you spend 360 hours a year on your job or 8,280 hours a year on your job, which one do you think will produce more money? If you spend 360 hours on a relationship or 8,280 hours on a relationship, which one do you think will bring better results in your relationship? So you can apply that to anything in your life. If you spend more time on things that do not matter at the time of death at all, then those actions are not negative or positive, but they don't bring benefit. You see, there's no judgment here. There's no pointing fingers. There's not saying that you're doing this and this is bad or good. It's not. It's just factual. Totally factual. So in Vajrayana practice, what they're concerned about, this is very important. 1 hour a day, 330 hours a month, 360 a year, 14,400 in 40 years. In Vajrayana practice is very important. But even more important in Vajrayana practice is this side. 23, 690, 8,280, 331,200. So what happens is if we're spending 23 hours a day off the meditation cushion and wondering why the pujas are not effective, our prayers and sadhanas are not effective, our mantras are not effective, the tantras are not bringing effect, then that's your answer. Because if it's 1 hour a day, to 23 hours you're not practicing. What are we doing with the other 23 hours? Fast forward. Fast forward yourself to old age and to death. Fast forward. Why should you fast forward? That's what we're taught in the southern schools of Buddhism. That's what we're taught in the northern schools of Buddhism. In the northern schools of Buddhism, the monks are encouraged to go to the cemeteries to meditate. And in Gandhin, we have a cemetery very nearby. There are senior monks who actually daytime sleep, and nighttime they go to the cemeteries. They walk out, we see them. They walk out to the cemeteries, they sit there and they meditate the whole night. And in the morning, when dawn breaks, you see them walking back. And they come to puja, they receive their they receive their tea and their bread, they eat that, then they go to sleep. I've seen it many times. In the southern tradition of Theravada Buddhism, the monks are very wonderful. They actually have skulls or bones, or they live in temples where they have crematoriums, or they actually store the bones to pray for people, and they actually meditate in front of skulls or meditate in front of the bones. Why? Gruesomeness? No. Reality. Reality of what? Of our destiny. And if our meditation on the skulls and the bones are effective, we will see our attachments and anger and our frivolities become less and less and less and less and less. So like that, doing offerings daily is wonderful. Offering incense is wonderful. Offering water offerings to the Buddha is wonderful. Making prostrations every day is wonderful. Doing some meditation on the breath or tantric meditations is wonderful. That's all wonderful. But most of us don't exceed an hour, inverted commas. Most of us don't exceed more than 1 hour. So what happened to the other 23 hours? The result of meditation, the other 23 hours should be, we take care of our kids if we have them. Sorry to say, we don't think about having more. We take care of our responsibilities and pay our bills. We take care of what we need to do that we've already dug our own hole. We've dug our own hole. So, the 1 hour a day we spend in meditation is wonderful. And I'm not knocking it down. If that's all you're doing right now, you should consider increasing it. That's why for some of us to sit on a meditation cushion is very difficult. Very, very difficult. That's why I encourage people. We have so many departments to get involved with the Dharma. Whether it's a committee, whether it's fundraising, whether it's cleaning, whether it's activities, whether it's organizational, whether it's support, whether it's protection, whether it's increase of the center, whatever it is, we should commit and do. Why? Meditation in action. Meditation in action. To say I can't meditate and at the same time I can't get involved in Dharma is just an excuse. It's an excuse for what? To indulge. If we indulge, do we go to hell? No. If we indulge, are we a bad person? No. But will it bring us to higher states of rebirth or positive rebirths? That is also a no. That is also a no. So we have to think logically. For the last how many years, why are we not enlightened? Why is it our mantras don't have power? Why is it our sadhanas don't have power? And people do that. People say that. I've heard people say it many times. They come to Buddhism for a quick fix. They do their sadhanas and prayer for a quick, instant transformation. Doesn't happen like that. Even Lord Buddha didn't have an overnight transformation. According to the sutras, 3 countless aeons of meditation, of continuous practice, life after life. It wasn't in just one life. It wasn't in just one life. So, and Buddha, I think, spent all this, not like us. So if we spend this instead of this, what do you think our result will be? You think about it. If we spend all our time on this, what do you think our result will be? More anger? More backlash when people tell us things we don't like? More greed? More desire? More regrets? More negative karma? If our time is mostly in this, you think about it. Then you say, but I can't help it. Yes, you can. You put yourself in it. So how? Meditate. Not on just your breath. Meditate on your body failing. Meditate on your timing, your ticking time bomb. Meditate, fast forward, on your death. Meditate on being buried inside a coffin or being put inside a funeral pyre. Meditate on that. I do that. Meditate your body being burned step by step and seeing it melt. Meditate on the person closing your coffin. Meditate on the people weeping around you. Meditate on the ground you will be buried in. Meditate on your body turning into ash. Why do you meditate on that? It will help you to live better. Why will it help you to live better? How many people, when they have near-death experience or almost died in an accident, when they come out of it, they're such lighter and better and more easier people? Why? Because they value their life much more. That's a fact. Many people who have tragic accidents, when they come out, they're lighter, they forgive easier, they're more sweeter, they're more kinder to people around them. Even their evil, ugly minds just melt away. Even people that they don't like, just they let go. Why? They realize what's important. That's just a normal. That's a normal person. So when you meditate on death, when we meditate on death, not just the reality of it, but the actual details of it, you choose. When you die, would you like to be buried or burned? You choose. You're going to have to. You're going to have to. It sounds gruesome. Why is it gruesome if it's going to happen to you? Why avoid it? Why be scared of it? You're scared because you're not prepared. You're not prepared because you haven't put the time into it. So if you haven't put the time into it, you're going to be scared. If you're going to be scared, that should be a signal for you to do more. So by not doing the death meditation because you're scared, then you avoid the truth. When you avoid the truth will come. When the truth comes to you and death comes knocking, what do? Do you want to spend the rest of your life making money, raising kids, running around different countries and romping around different hotels and eating and sleeping and defecating and taking a nice bath and looking out a window? Is that all? How to counter that for modern people? How to counter? Meditate on the details of death. Detailed. Why? Because that will happen to you. Why do you meditate on it now? To counter all your fears. How do you counter your fears? By meditating on death. How? Because when you meditate on death correctly and well, it will motivate you to do things that will make you not afraid of death anymore. That is Dharma practice. That is the truth. Some of you say, thank you, Rinpoche, for telling me that. Some say, I never saw it that way. And there are one or two people saying, what's the point? There's even a few people in the audience thinking, please don't talk about this. I'm quite scared. What's the truth? The truth is if you're scared, it means you're not prepared. If you're not prepared, what in life have you not prepared yourself for? There are many things. Sometimes when you go for your job, sometimes when you go for your first date, all that stuff, you're scared. But if you prepare yourself, it's much easier. Why do you prepare yourself for everything else, but you don't prepare yourself for the ultimate? Why don't you prepare yourself for the ultimate? Do you think getting a job somewhere, another outer station somewhere, and then you make money and just live in a house, is that the purpose? It's like an animal, just eating and sleeping, eating and sleeping. Do you think that's it? When the Dharma is in front of you, when your Lama is in front of you, when the Dharma center is in front of you, when the Dharma is alive in front of you, and you run away from the Dharma to indulge more in money, in fun, and exercise, and all types of things that doesn't help you. Why doesn't it help you? Because when you meditate on death, are you scared? There will be a few people that says, oh, I'm not afraid of death. They're just silly and stupid. Why? Some people are not afraid of what they don't know what's going to happen. Kids are not afraid of a lot of things. They walk in traffic, they're not afraid what? They're not afraid of getting run over by a car and getting killed. They don't realize it. So kids running in front of traffic and they're not afraid doesn't mean there's not something to not be feared. It just means they don't know. They don't know.